Family, can I be real with y'all for just a minute? Because I feel like somebody in this room has been waiting for a sign, waiting for something to shift, something to change, something to finally make it easy to show up every day and keep going. But I came to tell you tonight, not everything worth having is going to feel easy. Not every blessing is wrapped in comfort. Sometimes you've got to force yourself to be consistent even when motivation is missing and nobody's clapping for you. Because the truth is, discipline is a decision, not a feeling. And consistency, that's where the transformation lives. So if you're tired, good. If you're frustrated, even better. Because that means you're right on the edge of a breakthrough. And this time, you're not going to quit. This time, you're going to force yourself to become everything God already knows you are. Discipline must lead when motivation fades. Motivation is fleeting. It's like the spark that ignites a fire, but it's not what keeps the fire burning. Motivation gets you started, but discipline is what carries you through when the excitement wears off. There will be days when you don't feel like waking up early, working late, or pushing through the setbacks. That's when you'll have to rely on something deeper than the rush of motivation. You'll need discipline. Discipline isn't about waiting for the perfect moment or feeling inspired. It's about making a commitment to yourself and sticking to it no matter what. It's about showing up even when you'd rather stay in bed, pushing forward even when the road ahead looks uncertain. While motivation can drive you at the beginning, discipline is the engine that keeps you moving even when you don't feel like it. It's in the moments where you push through the tiredness, where you show up anyway, that you build the foundation for success. Consistency doesn't require you to feel ready or enthusiastic every single day. It requires you to act regardless of your emotional state. When you're disciplined, you understand that the work doesn't stop just because you're not feeling motivated. You have a responsibility to your goals, your future, and your dreams. And discipline teaches you to honor that responsibility even when you're not at your best. It's not about doing something when it feels good. It's about doing it because it needs to be done. In the beginning, the motivation might be high. You'll feel the excitement of a new project or a fresh start. But sooner or later, that initial rush will wear off. What you're left with is the choice. Either you let go or you lean into discipline. Discipline is what will pull you through when the initial thrill has faded. It's the ability to keep pushing when everything inside you wants to give up. It's the commitment to stick with it long after the applause has died down and the cameras have turned off. When you feel your motivation slipping, that's when discipline becomes your lifeline. It's the constant reminder that success isn't built on fleeting emotions. It's built on your ability to show up, to keep doing the work, to keep believing even when belief feels hard. Discipline is the quiet strength that carries you through when nothing else will. It's the inner force that compels you to keep going even when the world tells you to stop. So when the days come that you don't feel like doing the work, don't wait for motivation to show up. Call on your discipline. It's there, waiting for you to rely on it. It's in the decisions you make when motivation is nowhere to be found that you truly begin to shape your future. And remember, discipline doesn't demand perfection. It just demands that you show up every day. And you will find that consistency fueled by discipline will create the breakthrough you've been longing for. Consistency is the birthplace of transformation. It's easy to get caught up in the grand vision, the end goal, the dream that feels so far away. We see the result, the success, the perfect picture, and we think that's what we want. But what we don't often see is what it takes to get there. It's the consistency, the everyday choices, the small, seemingly insignificant actions that create the change. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens piece by piece. Action by action, day by day. It's built through the consistency of doing the things that matter, even when they don't seem to yield immediate results. Too often we think that one big leap or one monumental effort is all it takes to make a difference. But real, lasting transformation is never the result of a single big move. It's the compound effect of consistent effort. Think about it. No plant grows overnight. No skill is mastered in one attempt. No goal is achieved with one burst of energy. It's the small, consistent steps in the right direction that lead to lasting growth. It's in the repetition, the showing up again and again, even when the outcome isn't immediately visible, that the transformation begins to take shape. We live in a culture of instant gratification. We want to see results right away, and when we don't, we start to question whether it's worth it. But the truth is, consistency is what moves us forward, even when we can't see the change happening in real time. You may not see your progress today, but if you keep showing up and doing the work, the transformation is happening. The moment you stop, that's when the change stalls. It's when you give up after one failure or one setback or one missed opportunity that you stop the transformation process. But as long as you keep going, as long as you stay consistent, the work is being done inside of you even when you can't see it yet. We can all agree that change is uncomfortable. It's hard to keep moving when the results aren't immediate, when the path is unclear, and when it feels like your effort isn't paying off. But consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the assurance that even when you don't feel like you're making progress, you are. Every small decision you make, every moment you push through resistance, every day you choose to stay in the game is a step toward the transformation you're seeking. It's easy to celebrate the big moments, the promotions, the milestones, the accomplishments. But those big moments are the culmination of countless consistent, sometimes unnoticed actions. Every early morning, every late night, every conversation, every decision to keep going even when you feel like quitting, those are the moments that build a foundation for the transformation you desire. And when you look back, you'll see that it wasn't the one big breakthrough that made all the difference, but the thousands of little choices you made along the way that led you there. Small steps daily build unstoppable momentum. It's tempting to think that achieving our biggest goals requires dramatic, life-altering actions. We envision the leap that takes us from where we are to where we want to be, thinking that one massive push will suddenly change everything. But the truth is, momentum is not built in one giant leap. It's built through small, consistent actions that compound over time. The power lies in doing the little things every day with intention and purpose. Each small step may seem insignificant in the moment, but when added up, they create a momentum that drives you toward your goal faster than any single giant step could. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you look at the magnitude of what you want to achieve. You look at the goal, and it seems so far away, so impossible. The distance between where you are and where you want to be can feel daunting. But the key to closing that gap is in the small steps. It's about breaking the larger goal into manageable bite-sized pieces and taking consistent action toward them. Instead of focusing on how far you have to go, focus on what you can do today, right now, to move forward. The beauty of small steps is that they feel achievable, and when you take action on them, you start to gain momentum, building confidence as you see progress, no matter how small. Every time you make progress, even if it's just a little bit, it creates a cycle. You do something today that moves you closer to your goal, and that small success gives you the energy and drive to take another step tomorrow. The key is to keep building on that momentum. One small step today leads to another small step tomorrow, and before you know it, these small actions turn into a powerful force that propels you forward. Momentum doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. It comes from showing up and doing the work, no matter how small it seems. As you continue taking those small steps, you'll begin to notice something incredible happening. Your energy shifts, your confidence grows, and your commitment deepens. You start to feel like you're on a roll, and that feeling of progress becomes a driving force that makes it easier to keep going. But it all starts with the smallest action, whether it's making one phone call, writing a single paragraph, or taking 5 minutes to review your plan. Each step is important. And over time, these seemingly insignificant actions add up to extraordinary results. The best part of building momentum through small steps is that it's sustainable. It's far less exhausting than trying to take one giant leap and failing. When you take small, consistent steps, you're building habits and routines that will carry you through the tough times. Momentum is like a snowball. Once it starts rolling, it gains speed, and soon the work becomes easier because it's no longer about trying to push against resistance. It's about riding the wave of the momentum you've built. The power of small steps isn't just in the results they produce, it's in the process of taking them. As you take one small action at a time, you learn, you grow, and you adapt. You build resilience. The small steps give you the foundation on which you can build something truly unstoppable. And once you've started building that momentum, there's no telling how far it will take you. Excuses don't build empires, habits do. We all have dreams, goals, and visions for a better life, but sometimes we let excuses stand in the way. The "I don't have time," "it's too hard," or "I'm not good enough" are all excuses that keep us from moving forward. They are the stories we tell ourselves when we want to avoid discomfort or responsibility. But the truth is, no empire, no legacy, no great achievement was ever built on excuses. They're simply roadblocks we place in our own way. If we're serious about achieving something greater, we have to stop giving in to the excuses that hold us back and start cultivating the habits that will get us where we need to go. Habits are the building blocks of success. They are the daily actions that, when repeated over time, lead to results. Every decision you make today, no matter how small, contributes to the future you're creating. Success isn't about waiting for a big break or the perfect moment. It's about making consistent, intentional choices that align with your vision. Excuses only keep you stuck in the cycle of wishing and waiting. Habits, on the other hand, push you into action. They take you out of the realm of dreaming and into the reality of doing. When you make excuses, you rob yourself of the opportunity to create progress. Excuses allow you to justify why you're not where you want to be, but they don't move you forward. They are comfort zones in disguise, keeping you in the same place and making it seem acceptable to remain stagnant. But when you commit to building strong habits, you start to build momentum. Habits don't require you to wait for motivation. They simply require you to show up, do the work, and trust that over time the results will come. Habits are like deposits into your future. They're the small daily actions that, though they may seem insignificant in the moment, add up to something extraordinary. Habits are also what keep you consistent when life gets tough. We all go through seasons of struggle, doubt, or frustration. There will be days when the excuses seem louder than the commitment to your goals. But when you've built the habit of showing up, you keep going even when you don't feel like it. You don't need motivation when your habits are in place. Your habits become the structure that keeps you moving forward, even on the hard days. Think about the habits you've already built in your life, even the ones you don't think about. The habit of brushing your teeth, the habit of getting dressed, the habit of eating. These small actions are automatic because you've made them a priority. Imagine applying that same principle to the goals and dreams you have. Imagine making your health, your business, or your personal development a priority by building habits that support them. When you start creating habits that align with your goals, you no longer need excuses. You are no longer subject to the circumstances or challenges that used to hold you back. You are building a foundation for success, one habit at a time. The beauty of habits is that once they are established, they become part of who you are. No longer will you have to wrestle with the same excuses every day. Your habits will carry you through the hard days, and over time you will look back and realize that those small, consistent actions were the key to building the empire you've always dreamed of. So stop letting excuses dictate your life. Start focusing on the habits that will carry you to the next level, because in the end, it's those habits that will shape your future, not the excuses. Your future responds to your faithfulness, not your feelings. It's easy to think that success is reserved for those who feel motivated, inspired, or excited about the journey. We often look for the spark of enthusiasm to get us started, believing that if we feel the right emotions, the path will be easier. But the reality is that life is full of highs and lows, moments of clarity and moments of doubt. Your feelings are not reliable guides to